Hi, my name is Jesseline, and this video is about prime factorization, and we're going to learn about prime and composite numbers as long as prime factorization. So prime and composite numbers here. So prime numbers, they are numbers that have only two factors, one and itself. So numbers that have only two factors, one and itself. So like 5 only has 1 times 5 will give us 5. So that is a prime number. Composite numbers have more than two factors. So they have more than one in itself. So like the number 4, it has 1 and 4 itself, but it also has 2, because 2 times 2, it gives you 4. So that is composite. So when we write the prime factorization of a number, we're going to write it in all prime numbers, and that multiplied together, that will give us that bigger number. So I like to do something what we call the tree method. And so let's say with 24. And let's just think of any factors you know of 24. Some of you might shout out 2 and 12. Some of you might shout out 8 and 3. Some of you might shout out 6 and 4. Okay, anything besides 1 and itself. Okay, you have to name other factors because we're trying to break down the number. So I'm going to go with 8 and 3. 8 and 3. So 8 times 3. So I make it a tree right there, 8 times 3. Then I say to myself, can I break down 3 or can I break down 8? If you can't break it down because it's a prime number, then I go ahead and circle it. 3 is a prime number. I can't break it down. The only factors are 1 and 3. So I can't break it any down. 8, oh, 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. So I'm going to break down 8 into 4 and 2. So we have 4 times 2 is 8. Now, any of these numbers, can I break it down? I can't break down 2. 2 is a prime number, so I'm going to circle it. I can't break it down. But I can break down 4. 4 can go into 2 and 2. And now that I know 2 is already a prime number, I'm going to circle both of these because I can't break them down. So there's no other numbers that I have. We're at the end of our tree here that I can break down. But all my circle numbers, I have 2, 2, 2, and a 3. I'm going to write down 2, 2, 2, and 3. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. I think I got 1, 2 extra. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 will give you 24. And this is what you call the prime factorization, because these are all prime numbers that when multiplied together will give you this. You can also write this in exponent form. Remember, we studied about exponents. If you don't know that, then go watch that video. But there's 3 2's, so that'd be 2 to the third, and there's only 1 3, so it's just times 3. So we can rewrite it as 2 to the third times 3. Let's do another one. Let's start out with a bigger number, 150. So 150. So just think to yourself, what two factors, any two factors. It's real easy, divisibility rules. We know that it's divisible by 10 because it ends in a 0. So I'm going to do that, and 10 times 15 gives us 150, so I'm breaking it down. Neither one of these are prime, so I can continue to break down. 10 I can break down into 2 and 5. And then those are prime numbers, so I'm circling them. I can't break down 2 or 5 anymore. They're prime numbers. And 15 I can break down into 3 and 5, which are also prime numbers, so I'm circling them. I can't break it down. So I'm at the end of my tree, and so I write the prime factorization. 2 times 3 times 5 times 5, because there's 2, 3, 5, and 5. Now, remember, if I have multiple numbers down here, I can write them as exponents. Since there's 2 5's, I can rewrite this as 2 times 3 times 5 to the second, because there's 2 of them. Okay, 2 times 3 times 5 to the second. Great.